everybody, it is Connie at Hugs from Texas. I'm going to do the update for August the 25th, and oh my gosh, people, it is absolutely amazing. We have gotten so organized, I just don't know what to do. So I'm going to just show you some of the things back here before we go to the front. So when you're sending in your poppy quilts, what we do is we make these poppy puffs. So we have boxes here waiting to be quilted. So if you're a quilter or long armor, you know, come by. We can hook you up with some poppy puffs to quilt. So that is one thing we have going on here. Over here, all finished quilts, ready. They actually need to have labels sewn on them, but and pictures taken. So that's what we're doing with that. Over here, I know some of y'all have seen it 100 times, but some of y'all are new and just starting to watch. This is all donated fabric that we then take the fabric here and match it up with tops, and then it's ready for someone to quilt. Everything on here has backing attached to it, I think. Not 100% sure. And then look, Penny made this cute bag out of one block, and she's going to put a quilt in it whenever we deliver it. So that is a cute idea. All of these are poppy quilts to right here, waiting to be quilted. We need backing for these. Backing. We don't have backing for all of those. And here are just regular quilts that are waiting for backing and for someone to come pick them up. We do have batting, but if y'all want to donate more rolls, we definitely need, like, you know, just to do the poppy quilts is 62 rolls of batting. So I told my husband last night, Rodney, I think I'm gonna have to place another order. And we just got these shelves in today. My husband, they're old shelves. He pulled them out of the barn, cleaned them up, and these are quilts that have been finished and are ready to label and take pictures of. So then we will come into the other room. You're fine. Over here, this is everything that came in since Friday. And it is a lot. It is a lot. So I had to have a poppy audit because my poppy count was very convoluted. I guess that's a good word. And poppy count was off because when people are bringing in tops that are finished, that they've sewn the blocks, sometimes we were double counting those. So we have audited our poppy count, and I made a spreadsheet, so I'm gonna be able to keep up with it. So as of now, we have 7,404 poppy blocks, and we need 27,596. 27,596. Now, if you want to come get some sets, we have got probably 50 sets ready to be picked up and sewn. We have ladies coming every day, picking up one or two, and then they bring back one or two. So, so that's the poppy count. So now, let me get into what we received. I know this came in on Saturday. Lady came in from Bastrop, Texas, and it's the Latter-day Saints Quilting Hands of Bastrop. It's gonna be a lot. All these tops, just look at them. Oh my gosh, and most of them have backing. A lot of them had backing with them. I haven't looked through all of them, but it's just like, we counted 59 tops. So that is just an absolute amazing response. And you know, it was nice when she came and she talked to me, and she goes, you know, I've been praying about what we can do for the flood victims. And she said she went to sit down at her desk or her chair, I can't remember, and she was on Facebook and my post showed up. One of my videos. So she said, I knew that's where God wanted me to bring the tops to. So I'm so appreciative of that. You guys just do not know. So these are all tops. I mean, you know, I will show these once these get quilted, and if we don't use them all for this Hugs drive, we will use them for the next Hugs drive. So I'm going to send them down the conveyor belt. Here is another set from Latter-day Saints Quilting Hands. I mean, look at all this. They are just precious. Just, oh my gosh. So look at this one. It has like stars on it and states, and it's just amazing the love that so many people are doing for Texas to help the victims of the flood up there. And I'm not finished. And then here's some more from Latter-day Saints. I mean, those ladies are awesome. Look at this cute little one right here. Isn't that just precious? I cannot wait to see these actually. I'm like you guys. I want to see what they look like. But sometimes it's difficult for us to unfold and fold all of them at this stage because we get worn out pretty easy. So it's just absolutely fantastic. Now, let me go get what else they sent. They sent those 3 bags over here. I'll be back. I'm getting some bags. And not only did they do all of that, whew, they donated tons of fabric to help. Look at this. I mean, it's just unbelievable how much that they gave. I mean, it's just a blessing, blessing, blessing. So we are going to have a lot more poppy blocks we're going to be cutting up, and we have, some of these we can put on the backs of quilts. It's just all kinds, just absolute. Look at that, how pretty. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. Beautiful. And then we have this one. Ah, what's in this one? This one, oh, I love that. These have some nice queen size sheets in them. These are so nice to quilt on. I love quilting on sheets. You need a quilt long armed. You do not have to buy backing from us. You have a sheet that you love. Hey, bring it in, because a lady brought one the other day, and I actually asked her what brand was that, and I've got it on my phone. I haven't ordered it yet, but those are going to be the next. And we got some pillowcases. Just all, look how cute that is. Yes, I just want to keep looking. More pillowcases. So it is just such a blessing, such a blessing. So then from there, we are going to go to, this was from Pauline Sanchez from Colton, California. And oh my gosh, look at all them poppy blocks. Oh my gosh, I wonder if she knows how many. I bet you there's 100 here. Oh my gosh, Colleen, thank you so much. Pauline, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I gotta show them. No, I'm too excited now. Look what y'all did to me. I'm like that Chihuahua, waiting for you to get home from work, and the Chihuahua's going tink, 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 tink. That's me with these blocks. Look how cute. I have this fabric. I love that fabric. I might just take these. We're gonna go home with me. Oh, my goodness. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at those butterflies. Oh my gosh, Pauline, you were just sewing away. And look, here's a different, oh my gosh, that's cool. It's a different block. Hey, we might have to check into this for the boys. Oh my gosh, okay. So I'm gonna put these on this pile, but look at that block. Maybe this is something, next time we can do for the boys. Look at that. I don't have any idea. It was probably 2 rectangles. Yeah, look. So you snowball a rectangle here, and you snowball a rectangle there, and then that's half your square. How cool is that? We're gonna set these over here. We're gonna investigate that. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so here we have a box from it's from Cheryl Herbster from Jemison, Alabama. And we have quilt tops. Oh, here's a finished one. I'm gonna put that one right here for just a second. And then here's a finished one. And then I'm gonna put them in the box so we can get them signed in. Oh, look at those pretty colors. Isn't that just gorgeous? Okay, so we have 2 quilt tops here. And let's look at this. I just love that friendship. I don't know if I call it a friendship star. I could be wrong, but so I love that backing too. Let me show y'all the backing, how pretty that is. Look at that. And I love your quilting. I love your quilting. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to push these over to my producer today, who happens, her name is Terry. She's helping me out today. Ooh, spilt my water. Thankfully I have my lid on it. I call this the Skittle block. I love this like this. It's so cute. Maybe not the Skittle block, but we did have one that was a Skittle block the other day. And I just made that name up just the other day. Well, not just the other day. It was sometimes in January when I made that up, when we were doing our scrap fest. We made a block and somebody said, what are you going to call it? I said, I don't know. It don't have a name. So I said, and I was eating Skittles, and I said, it reminds me of a handful of Skittles. Thank you so much. And let me let you have that. And this one is from Linda Knoll from Weatherford, Texas. Oh my goodness, Linda. You know, this is what we were asking for. You know, look, quilt tops, backing, fabric, just, oh my gosh. We're just gonna go through this a little bit. Look, here's another quilt top. You know, and when you have scraps and things, you know, if all through the year, if y'all want to keep making these poppy blocks for the rest of our lives, you know, we're gonna always be putting these together. So, oh my goodness, and here's some, look at this backing right here. It's just beautiful. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, don't forget, August 30th, which is this Saturday, we're doing our 24-hour poppy challenge. And I need you guys to sign up. You know, because the news already said it's worldwide. So I need a whole bunch of people in the world showing up. All you have to do is go on the website, and where it says classes, either at the bottom of your screen or at the top, depends on what kind of device you're on, phone, Android, Apple, or desktop. Go to classes and sign up either for the in-store or for the Zoom. Okay, this is from Jan Burrow from Potea, P-O-T-E-A-U, Potea, Oklahoma. So, I love it when the quilts are like, they come in like this. I just want to go cuddle up with them. So let me show you. Look at that. I just love, love, love. Y'all know I love a scrappy quilt. You know, one time somebody said, you know, when you retire, what are you going to do? I said, I got a plan. They said, what? I said, I'm going to take all the fabric from the store and I'm going to put it in a wood chipper, a bolt at a time. And it's going to spit out this big old pile of scraps. And then I'm going to tell my husband, you got to have a container, one of those big shipping containers. And we're going to get shovels and we're going to throw it in that container. And then I'm going to go out there and say, I want this and I want this. And they thought I was crazy. But that's my retirement plan. And he said she's going to put a notice out that Connie cannot rent out a wood chipper in the state of Texas. How beautiful. Thank you so much. Are you going home?
Yes, ma'am.
Susan's going home. She had a busy day today. Thank you, Susan. That sounds great. So this one with some cute blocks, and look at that. Absolutely lovely, lovely. I'm going to say lovely, 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 because they're all making me shirts, they said, that say beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I'm going to change it up on them. Okay, this came from, oh my gosh, Kissing Tree Quilt Shop in San Marcos, Texas. Kissing Tree Quilt Shop in San Marcos, Texas. Oh wow, look at that. Nice. Here is a quilt top with backing, and look at that. Look at that binding. Y'all know how many binding strips we need to go around 1,000 quilts? Like 5,300. It's 7,000. We need 7,000 binding strips because it's 7 strips per quilt. So 7,000 binding strips. Oh, so here's a poppy. So you know what we need to do? We need to get a little note, and we're going to put her name on it so it gets counted in the count. Yes. So a little blank one with no, yeah. So we started a new system again today, how to try to keep up with the poppy count, because it's a hard job. Keeping up with the poppy count is a hard job. This is just so cute. I love those. It's so springy like. It's like almost like that pack of Lifesavers, you know, that you just want to starburst. You know, it looks like a starburst would. If a starburst could be a quilt, this is what it would look like. Okay, so her name is, it was a Kissing Tree Quilt Group. Pam Miles, Kissing Tree Quilt Group, San Marcos, Texas. Thank you for all you're doing to bring comfort to those who have lost so much. Well, Pam, you're very welcome. You know, it's by the help of all these ladies that come in here and help me every day, because there is no way we could do this by ourselves in the shop. I mean, it would not be near as fun. It is so nice to have these women in the shop every day. So here is one finished. I'm sitting on the back side trying to look at the pattern. And I told y'all at nighttime, I have to go watch the show so I can see what the quilts look like, because I get a glimpse. I'm going to set this in that box. And then that can go there. Okay, and then in here, wow. Okay, so this says what I read earlier. It just says, Pam Miles, Kissing Tree Quilt Group, San Marcos, Texas. Thank you for all you are doing to bring comfort to those who have lost so much. And you know what? They have lost so much. You know, what we're doing is just a small little drop in the bucket. Thank you for what you're doing for all the families, the KT Quilting Group, Kissing Tree, San Marcos. I love your girl's name. Just love the name. So we keep that in a special pile. And then it says, from the KT Quilters, a group of ladies that all live at Kissing Tree, an active adult. Oh, I'm coming to move in with you guys, okay? We're just going to sit down for a minute, because it says, an active adult retirement community in San Marcos. We all got together and made these poppy quilt blocks, and 2 of the ladies donated 2 finished quilts for your amazing cause. The love you show all to the families is so heartwarming. Thank you for doing this. Y'all are so welcome. I'm gonna come see y'all one day. When I get some days off, I'm gonna have to make me a map and say, I gotta go see these and I gotta go see those. Oh, I've never seen fabric with tic-tac-toe on it. Just the other day I was saying, you know, it's amazing that I do not see a lot of the same fabric. The only time I do see the same fabric is like when we're making, you know, the blocks of the same fabric, doing it ourselves. But from person to person, from donation to donation, we just do not see that many duplicates. Nice. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, I'm gonna come back to, look at this little cute little water kid one right here. So, if you want to send us any suggestions, anybody that you know that may need a quilt, reach out to hugs@myfabricfriends.com, and that is the email that we have set up for this. We also put up the GoFundMe, and I think I did the GoFundMe on Thursday night, maybe. I don't know, maybe Wednesday night or Thursday night. And we have $1,000 last time I checked. So that's going to buy a lot of batting. That's going to be able to pay for a lot of batting. So it is just amazing. So I had an interview. I don't know if I should say it. I'm going to say it anyways, because that's how I roll. I had an interview with the BBC. So they're doing a little write-up about us, or a podcast or something. So that's really interesting. We have a lot of things going on for sure. Okay, let me show the finished quilts next. So here are some poppies that are finished. Now, have these been counted in the count? We're gonna think about that one, okay? Because we should have had 35. We should have 35 finished poppy quilts. So we're just gonna hold on to these. This was from Quilters in Harmony. Quilters in Harmony. That is just so beautiful. It's beautiful that y'all are donating. It's even beautifuler that y'all are doing finished quilts for us. Oh my gosh. So, here's another one from Quilters Inn. And this was one, okay, I remember some of these. Loopy came and these may, okay, so these were tops that were sent in because I recognized the long-armed bike. So Loopy Arenal came in and she picked the tops up, and now they're being quilted. So the tops that came in from Quilters in Harmony, they've now been made into quilts. Isn't that just wonderful? You know, it's like a process. You know, we start off with a bolt of fabric, we cut it up, we cut it some more, we sew blocks, we trim it, we sew some more, then we sew those together, and then we put it on a long arm machine or a domestic, whichever anybody wants to do. I remember, I love that block right there. And so then we finally end up with that. It's like a manufacturing place right here almost. Okay, so I got one more big thing over here, and then I'll be down to my bags where I can sit down for a minute. So we had a lady come in and donated all this thread, just a whole thing full of thread. Oh my gosh, so anybody needs thread, y'all come on by. We have got plenty of thread, all kind of colors. Oh my gosh, just absolutely amazing. Just wonderful, wonderful. And I don't see a name on it, so I don't know if I, sorry if we didn't keep the name on it, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. So now we're going to get to the mail. Y'all remember last, was it Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday, that we only got like one package in the mail? Well, one of my friends messaged me and she said, oh, I think it's slowing down. And I said, that's okay. I said, God knows what we need. You know, he's gonna take care of us. And it gave us time in the back to do a poppy audit and keep up with, you know, get our numbers all lined back out. So apparently he opened the floodgates, not floodgates, apparently he opened the gates, though, that all the packages came in. So this came from Angela Kane from Gulfport, Mississippi. And I love Gulfport, Mississippi. Ate the best shrimp po' boy of my life in Gulfport, Mississippi. Dear Connie, I want to thank you for doing this. May God bless you tenfold. So as a young girl, I would attend a summer camp through my church, and this tragedy hit me really hard. I am a fairly new quilter, but these blocks are super fun to do. I have included a little something extra you could use. So oh, I remember, you sent me the picture where she took her half square triangles that were left and she made a border out of them. I remember I remember this. Yes. Look at that. Isn't that cute?
It's cute.
Oh my gosh. That is so beautiful. Thank you. And it's such a good use of those things. For sure. For sure. Okay, now this one's going to be here, I'm going to give you this. And she's going to write the name on it right now. And we're going to start keeping up with it better. Okay, this came from Mary Ellen Handley from Indianapolis, Indiana. You know what? You know that song, I've been everywhere, man, I've been everywhere? I bought a car in Indianapolis one time and went to pick it up. So, I feel like I have been lots of places. I used to buy cars. Let me tell you, I don't know if y'all ever taken Ambien. You know that sleeping medicine? Don't take it. Take my advice. Don't take it. I would get up in the middle of the night. Oh, look at the half square triangles. And I would go buy cars on eBay. And I would bid on them. And then I'd wake up the next morning and it said, you have won. And I said, what did I win? And I won a car. So I tell my husband, honey, I bought a car. He said, where? In Indianapolis. Oh, okay. And then me and my son or me and some friends would go to Indianapolis and we'd pick it up. Yeah. And don't take Ambien. Do not take Ambien. One of my friends, she does take Ambien and she buys fabric at night. And she's like, don't remember buying that. Like, yeah, you sure did. It is funny. It is funny. Laura Deaver from Longview, Texas. These blocks were made by the members of the Piney Woods Quilters Association in Longview. Why, thank you. That's a lot of blocks here. Man, that poppy count. I got to get that poppy count to 8,000. I mean, I was sort of sad when I saw it today. I thought it was going to jump up a whole bunch, and it didn't. So I was like, yeah, I was like a little sad. So thank you, Longview Quilters. Oh my, look at how pretty that one is. That is pretty. I know that has Penny's name all over it. You know, I see these blocks and I think of different people that I know, you know, how much they like a certain kind of fabric. So this is just so fun to be able to, oh my gosh, look at this one. I think that's my favorite. Oh, but there's more. Wow. Okay, and they all look a little bit different, but look at that. Isn't that cool? I want a whole quilt. I want to make a whole quilt out of that. That is so cute. Here we go. So when we do the 24-hour Poppy Challenge, we are going to have prizes. So we're going to have hourly door prizes. And we have several stores in the area. I didn't think of the idea about the door prize. I mean, I talked about door prizes, but I didn't really think about the idea of getting other stores to help with the door prizes. And they've been so gracious. They've done so much already. So I don't want to be one of those people that every time they get a call from me, they think I'm asking for something. So I make other people make that call. Other people volunteer. And we have also been offered a booth at the International Quilt Festival to talk about our poppy blocks and our program and how it's impacting so many people. And you know, not only is it impacting the people that we're giving them to, but the people that are actually sitting at home doing this, it gives you a sense of purpose. Sometimes, you know, I get lost every once in a while, you know, just in a bit of sadness, and I should, you know, but it happens. You know, but then when I find I can do something like this, it lifts my spirits and it allows me to be happy again, you know, because I think it is, you know, you know, when you're in your 20s and 30s, you know, you don't think about giving to other people. You're just, you know, you need everything. But then as you get older and older, you know, you realize that, you know, it's not so much about what I have, it's about what I can do for other people. And I think I've reached that stage in my life and I really like it. I wish I'd have done it 10 years ago, you know. It's so much fun to be able to give. And even though these aren't mine to give, I'm just hosting it and I can put it together so that we can all be givers. This came from Prudence Dawson from Kernersville, North Carolina. So that is wonderful that North Carolina, you know, after what they went through last year, is now, you know, on the giving end, you know. It has been 1 year since Helene devastated North Carolina. Some places aren't back to normal. Thank you so much for all you are doing, praying for Texas. Prudence, I know, I have a friend up there and I've seen some of the pictures and the living conditions of certain areas, you know, and it's gotta be hard. My husband's house, family home, burnt down in 2009, and you know, he grew up in that house and that house was gone. You know, after there was some salvageables quilts, we managed to get a few out, we washed them and did all the things, but you know, now it's just a slab where that house was. So you know, every time he goes back to the property, you know, you see that big scar, you know, there, to think of all the memories that you had in that, you know. So I totally understand what y'all are going through in that. Lacey Hine, and she's from Hendersonville, North Carolina. Wow, we got 2 North Carolinas. So Lacey, thank you so much. And Lacey says, from Hendersonville, North Carolina, thanks for everything you all are doing. Well, like I keep always constantly saying, it is a very giant group effort. You know, Fran has helped me in the evenings, and today, hey, shout out to Fran. It's happy birthday, Fran. I called her like at 8 o'clock this morning, and y'all hear my voice. My voice normally doesn't sound like this. I don't think it does. And so I was singing her happy birthday, and she was probably saying on the phone, God, I wish today wasn't my birthday, because I was happy birthday. Hopefully she muted me out. But she got the point. I was wanting her to have a happy birthday. So she came in, and her mom has passed recently. And every year her mom would buy her one whole bolt of, and probably more than that. But her mom, one of the most things that she remembered sharing the memory with her mom was her mom would always buy her a bolt of white, you know, because she uses so much white fabric. So she came in today and she bought the bolt of white that that her mom would normally buy. And when she was leaving, I know her mama was right there with her. I know she was. Yeah, not a doubt in my mind that her mama wasn't happy that she was here. This came from Miss Orndorff, Cumberland, Maryland. Let's see if I left anything in here. And if y'all still have y'all's mamas, y'all go give them big hugs. Because, you know, there's a lot of us that we don't anymore. You know, there's a lot of questions I wish I would have asked my mama. Like, how'd you make that fried chicken so good? Because my fried chicken don't turn out like that. This came from Lois Tandy from LaPorte, Texas. Lois Tandy from LaPorte, Texas. And, you know, I was hungry. She used to fry, I don't know if y'all are country like we are, but she would fry zucchini squash or that flower patty squash, that white one. She would slice them up, put salt on them, let that water come to the top, roll them in flour or cornmeal. I don't remember. I just ate them. We were little. And what I wouldn't do for a big old pot of, you know, homemade fried squash. This is a wonderful project. Thank you for all that you are doing and have done during this tragic event. Prayers and blessings for everyone. Lois, thank you so much. Thank you. So let's look at these blocks. So when we were checking in some quilts today, when I saw this blue block, when that quilt gets quilted, there was one lady that did all blue blocks and sent the whole quilt in, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. We have a lady that's doing them all in greens. So they're coming in like, you know, every 3 or 4 days, and they're going, you got any more yellow blocks? You got any more green blocks? And they're saving them for when they get 35. Then they can make a quilt. Oh wow, this is Hawaiian fabric. This came from, okay, I Am Bohemian. Okay, Chetwinski. I'm half Bohemian, half German, but I identify as Bohemian. From Nokomis, Florida. So thank you so much. And I know I butchered up your name. Dear fabric friends, thank you for pulling this effort of providing quilts for the Guadalupe River flash flood victims together. I hope the recipients will feel the hugs and love wrapped in their quilts. Cheryl from Venice, Florida on that. Look at this. This is like Hawaiian fabric. Nice. I had a friend who went to Hawaii, and I said, well, bring me some fabric back. She brought me like one fat quarter. I'm like, what? No. I need like a jelly roll. I need like a layer cake. She brought me one fat quarter. Yeah, a whole bolt. She brought me one fat quarter. Oh, look at that one. Look how cute that is. Oh, I love your taste. I love y'all's taste. Oh my gosh, it just keeps getting better. I'm gonna scooch this pile over. Look, it just keeps getting better and better. Wow. So if you ever want to come buy fabric from my store, you call me. Send me some ideas of what to buy. Okay, so we got this. Okay, this came from Teresa Thompson from Oak Park, Michigan. Finally, names I can say. We have some, like there's a name down here, what is it? Richard Korzinski. He was a photographer, is a photographer in the Victoria area. He's got one of them long names, you know. Yeah, so, yep. We have an easy name. So CP Green from Corpus Christi. CP Green from Corpus Christi. Corpus is only about an hour and a half. The way I drive, maybe 2 hours. The way that Penny drives, about an hour and a half. It says, my fabric friends, thank you for coordinating this wonderful effort so those impacted by the floods. The enveloped blocks were made and donated by Deborah Lunsford And Carla Green, blessings. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Look at those pretty colors. That is just beautiful colors right there. My goodness. Absolutely love that. Thank y'all. And let's see what else I can talk about. I usually can talk about all kind of stuff. You got anything we can talk about, Terry? Anything I need to talk about? I talked about, oh, if you want to buy fabric online from us, you can use the Hugs 20 coupon, Hugs 20, and that'll get you 20% off. I have to start running my business like a business again. I've been told, and I don't like it. Today we were cleaning up in the back, and the girl said, if we got rid of all the store stuff, we'd have plenty of room for this donation stuff. And I said, I'm with you, but I got to pay the bills. So Diane, C, Zech Munch, ZECH-MUNCH from Omaha, Nebraska. And I'm sorry if I butchered up your name. It's not my intention ever. And look at that beautiful card she made. I want to do this one day. I think that is so pretty when they're creative like that. It says, Connie, thank you for giving me the opportunity to join something bigger than myself. I usually make small, scrappy quilts projects like this card. I've also sewn big squares of fabric into quilts and donated them to the homeless shelters in my area. I feel like this is the first real quilt block I've created. Oh, and you gave it to us. Oh my gosh. Okay, I messed up. No, we're not going to talk about messing up. With this project, gave me encouragement to stretch my abilities and make quilts that are even more beautiful. Thank you for your sharing heart, and I hope you have to receive many poppy squares so you can continue to spread joy. Well, Diane, that is what I want to do. I want to spread joy. I don't know if I think I told y'all the other day when we were coming through town and my husband was complaining about property tax, and I told him, I said, honey, I don't want to hear that no more. We're all about joy now. We're not about complaining. We're not. We're about joy. We're going to be about joy. And this came from Richard Toll from Logansport, Louisiana. Well, Richard, thank you so much. And here it says, thank you for taking on the task of such a wonderful service project. I received the names of a deceased and choose Charlotte Huff to memorialize because I know a Charlotte Huff. I also want to honor survivor Janice Riley. She is a friend and a fellow servant to the cause of helping with recovery. 35 block La Bethany Casey of Stonewall, Louisiana, and Nicole Toll. I want to make sure and keep these separate, and I'm going to keep your card with it because if we can get these sewn together, we can do that in memory. So I'm going to put those right here, and then I'm going to show these, and we can get someone to make this one, and we'll keep that card with it because, you know, I want to make a little, like I keep talking about, a coffee table book or something, you know, that has all the quilts and all the little cards and everything that you guys are sending, because I have forgot to read some of the cards in the beginning, and you know, it hurt my heart that I didn't read them all from the beginning because there were so many lovely things that were said in those cards. You know, we were just winging it when we started. So we hope, you know, each time we get better and better and we learn. You know, like I said, there was not a book, Quilt Drives for Dummies. Maybe I might write it in my spare time. This came from Stephanie Whipple from Concord, North Carolina. And I have a cousin with the last name of Whipple, and I have no idea where she lives. My mama would have known, but my mama's not here to ask. See, that was oh, look, it says Asheville, Explore Asheville. Wow. You know, when we came up in October to deliver that first load of quilts, you could not get off the main road. And when we delivered the first set of quilts, there was no running water in Asheville. There were no bathrooms in Asheville. So as we unloaded, you know, we were honestly ready to go find a bathroom. And, you know, we drove about 10 miles out of town before we could find a place that, you know, that had water running. And you know, it was interesting because when we gave all the quilts in Asheville and we stopped, I looked in the back of the car and there was one quilt left, one quilt that didn't get delivered. This came from Kathy Mauthe, M-A-U-T-H-E, from Folsom, Louisiana. And the lady in the store, she was worn out, and she's working, and she also has home life where she has no water, no electricity, but still coming to go work. And I went out to the car and I went got that quilt for her, and I said, you know what, I think you need a hug. So I gave her that. Look at this, how cute that is. Oh my gosh, I love it. Look at that. So of all the quilts we gave during that North Carolina, I was so touched by that one, you know, that she just bawled. You know, she said, you know, a lot of people forget about the ones on the we'll call them, I don't know if we call them outliers or what, but you know, the ones that are not in the, that goes in this box, right? The one, you know, it's not the towns that get, you know, like the most recognition. I'm gonna pull these down here. These. And grab this one. We're getting closer to the end. We are getting closer to the end. This came from Wanda McGovern from Fort Stockton, Texas. Wanda McGovern from Fort Stockton, Texas. Just gonna scooch that down a little bit. Well, my producer is doing an awesome job. I'm gonna lock the doors. We're not gonna let her leave, because she's keeping everything I'm sending down the conveyor belt, all the places that they organized it where to go today. When Fran was here with me, we didn't have no system. We were just winging it. So now we've got some better systems in line. It's just real hard for me to try to do this by myself. Whoops. Hold on. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So let's see what Wanda has to say. Oh my goodness, thank you. Wanda donated some money for batting. Said, God bless you for what all of you are doing. Wanda McGovern. Well, Wanda, thank you so much. And this will cover probably 3 quilts. So I give this to my producer. My producer has to make sure that gets into the jar that we keep it. So we have a backing right here. Oh my gosh, look at this fabric, how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, look at that. Is that embroidered on there? Wow. That is, look at that, how pretty that is. That is cool. I've never seen anything. That's pretty. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so this and this, and here's binding, and it goes with that. And then I'm going to read this. It says, okay, I would like you to know that I truly enjoyed participating in your project. What you and your friends and shop are doing is totally wonderful. The blocks are beautiful. I decided to create my own quilt and hope it's acceptable for you. It is absolutely 100% acceptable. Here is a bit of information about me. I'm in my mid-80s and thankful that I could participate in this wonderful project. I would like to request, unless you have restrictions, that my little quilt be donated to the family of one of the little girls that were at Camp Mystic. The entire tragedy was so terrible for everyone involved, but those little girls were so young and were there for Christian reasons. And I understand totally how devastating it was for everyone involved. Again, I want to say that everyone's loss was the worst that anyone can imagine. Thank you again for what you are doing. Sincerely, Wanda McGovern, Fort Stockton. Wanda, I will do my absolute best to make that happen. We are hoping that when the time is right, that we can contact and you know, privacy policies and things like that, you know, that they're probably not giving out a list. But I would love all of these quilts to go, that we're making these puppies all to go, and yours, you know, to go to these girls first. And you know, even the families of those that lost the little girls, we don't know how to reach them. I just don't feel like it's appropriate for me to call the Eastland family and say, hey, we're making quilts for the girls that were there, and quilts probably aren't on their mind right now. You know, they're hurting, you know, with the loss of the director. You know, they're hurting like everybody else right now, and probably 100,000 times worse than we can even imagine. So I will keep this together, and I'm going to put this by my desk so that I will probably quilt this one myself. I haven't been doing much of the quilting because we've had so many volunteers. I will. You got my word. I'll do my very best. This is from P. Brock from San Dimas, California. I hope this will help. Thank you for organizing this. Well, it's a great giant effort, I'll tell you that. It's a great giant effort. So let's see what P. Brock has for us. Ooh, fabric. So now, okay, look, here's, oh look, it's a quilt and fabric. Nice. And then some, I don't know if this is a top or just a yard, but oh my gosh, love those alpacas or llamas, whichever they are. Let me look. I don't know, it could be an alpaca, it could be a llama. We could call it an llama. Look how cute that is. My goodness. And there's binding with it. So we will just keep all of this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We will just put all of this. I'm going to set it on this box. And then Miss Terry can process it. And it's with that and this. Okay. And in here we have, it says, there's a whole pile over there I just pointed to that people have been turning in that we're going to show in just a little bit too. It says, oh, this was from the Latter-day Saints, Quilting Hands and Bastrop. They made us whites, and they made us 2-inch squares. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Thank you for everything you and your fellow workers are doing. I must tell you the story behind me and how God will help find a way. When the floods happened, I was very moved and wanted to do something for the people that lost everything. I prayed that I would be led in the direction to find something. This was the one I told you earlier when she had told me the story. I was on social media and your feed came up, and I thought right then that God had placed you there. So I started working on cutting the material for the poppy blocks. I sew with a church group on Wednesdays, and they asked what I was working on. I told them. They began to dig in their closets and started to pull out quilt tops that they had made, and ended up giving 45 plus quilt tops. They too in turn wanted to help the flood victims, but did not know where to find anyone to contact. It just goes to show when we pray and are sincere, God will open doors for us. They also included material, and some of the tops have backing and some pillowcases. I hope this will help you reach your goal. It definitely will. It is absolutely amazing, and I totally agree about, you know, God opens the doors for us, you know. Because after we did North Carolina, I didn't honestly think I never thought about doing another one after we finished that one. You know, I had thought about it while we were doing it. But, you know, we're Hugs from Texas because we were giving quilts to North Carolina. We just didn't know this year it would be in Texas. So this came from Deborah Lopez from Sudan, Texas. Deborah Lopez from Sudan, Texas. Oh my goodness, Deborah, you were a busy girl. So if y'all are cutting blocks for the 24-hour poppy challenge, y'all keep cutting so we can see how many blocks. And if y'all don't want to register, but you just want to be at home and sewing on that Saturday, just put your blocks in like a Ziploc bag that you make during that 24-hour period, and just write, I sewed these during the 24-hour challenge, and we will count those up and we will add them to our total count. We'll probably wait for about 2 weeks, you know, for everything to get shipped to us, and then we can come up with a number of how many we actually sewed on that day. And if y'all enjoy the challenge and we want to do another one, you know, hey, you know, we're lucky we live in the great USA because we have choices. You know, not everywhere in the world has the great opportunities that we have to be so generous and to help so many. So very, very blessed. Oh my gosh, I love this one. I love that one. Oh, but I love the next one too. I'm going to show you the next one. Look at that. That is just so cool. That is so cool.
There is no name on this.
No name on it? Okay. So there we go. Let's see. So Saturday, when we have our challenge here at the store, we're asking, everybody's going to sort of bring like a potluck type of dinner. Okay, this came from Hens and Needles, and they brought the top in, and then we had it quilted, I think. Here are 70 quilt blocks we have completed from the Sudan Senior Citizens Quilt Group. Hope this helps. We are making more. What a wonderful thing you are doing. Deborah, Patty, Lori, Susie, and Tammy. Those are the ones I just showed there. Thank y'all so much. And if y'all want to just, you know, on Saturday, you know, just sew away, sew away. So here's one that came in from Hens and Needles, and I know they came a while back, so I can't say, I don't remember, you know, is this a quilt that came in as a top? I would have to look in my book, you know, I just don't know. So that is just beautiful. I love that. You know, we need, this is more like what I would call a masculine quilt, a guy's quilt, and we're short on those. We have, you know, a lady asked me, she goes, can I separate the quilts in the back by, you know, men and women? And I said, oh, that's easy. Let me go get the two men's. You know, yeah, no, you know, women just make women quilts, you know, until we have to make a guy quilt. And then when we have to go make a guy quilt, we got to go buy fabric because none of our fabric is guy fabric. Yeah, it's girly fabric. Yes. So, you know, my husband sleeps with the girly quilt, and he don't complain at all. Yeah, he's just happy. He sleeps with 3 quilts every night because I keep it on 66 at nighttime. And sometimes he tries to get up and change it to 69, and I know within an hour, I'm like, honey, I poke him. Yes. Did you mess with the AC? I might have turned it up a notch or 2, and I go in there, he's got it at 69. Yeah. I'm like, okay, let me get you another quilt. This came from Cindy Moore from Indianapolis, Indiana, not Texas. You know, I know that. I did the best I could. Hope the recipient enjoys the quilts. I hope you were able to use fabric as backings. I wish I could volunteer in person, but it would be a long commute from Indiana. It definitely would. It definitely would. We have some ladies that are wanting to come from Florida. Oh, I love that. I love that. It's so beautiful. Let me see. Yeah, so beautiful. So, you know, people are like migrating now to the store. And hey, okay, so don't forget, if y'all want to come to the store and y'all can wait a little bit, y'all come on September 5th and 6th, because that's when we're having our shop hop for all the people. Oh, I love these. Are so pretty. These feel so fresh. You know, like it's like a fresh breeze. So I'm going to put that there, and that's going to go over there. So September 5th and 6th, all the 5 shops in our area are going to be open on Friday from 9 to 5, Saturday from 9 to 4, and we're going to be having a shop hop where you're going to get free prizes. Every store is going to give you something. Doreen Melton from Valencia, California. I said it, Valencia. I got it right. It was like a hard one. I can say that one. I didn't realize, I hate to say the word ignorant, but because I don't think of myself as ignorant, but I can't believe I can't pronounce so many of these names. I'm going to start having these little cue cards made and learn how to pronounce these names. It sort of makes me feel stupid, but I'm not stupid. I'm not. Beautiful. Yeah, because we all the shops did a quilt, and it's called Celebration from Villa Rosa. So each shop has that quilt, but we all took a different spin on it. We all used a different, it's sort of like an Irish chain a little bit. So we all took a little bit different spin on it, on colors and things like that. We sort of swapped fat quarters. So the quilt we have in our store has fat quarters from the other 4 stores plus our fat quarters. So it's a collaboration quilt. Because you know what, I said this before, you know, when you're at the bottom and you're competing with someone, that's competition. But when you get to the top level and you work with other places, that's called collaboration. We should all learn to collaborate, you know, and collaboration will get you so much further than trying to be at the bottom and compete, you know, because if you do the best you can do, people are going to love you. They're going to love you. Okay, August 2025, please accept these quilt blocks for the Hugs for the Hill Country project. Thank you for your work and your compassion. Your friend, Doreen Meltos, Valencia, California. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, we got some pretty, beautiful, beautiful. This came from, I can't read it. I'm gonna let Terry read it. Terry, can you read that for me, please? My glasses, they're here, but I've been banned from putting them on and off during the show.
It's a lot of Bresnahan Wednesday serving Willabrand Senior Center.
Oh, okay.
So it sounds like it's a senior center In Palmer, what's MA?
Maine.
Maine.
Yes. Oh my gosh, thank you, ladies. Y'all are way up there. Man, thank y'all so much. You know how this little, I did that one little video on that Sunday, making that, I grabbed a fat quarter off of our discount shelf because I didn't want to use my scraps. I love this. This is, if y'all want to know what, I always do this every once in a while. This is Connie's brain right here. Yes. It stays pretty scrambled up in there because that's how you get all these ideas. If you just on a straight and narrow, you just stay on a straight and narrow. But if you're like me, you're like doing, 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 doing. Yeah, then you get all kind of things going. Yeah. So, but thank y'all so much, so much. Y'all are up there maybe by where the cranberry farms are, because I've been there. I've been to Boston, and it may could be Massachusetts.
Maine is ME.
Maine is ME. Okay, so we're gonna have to. I keep telling y'all we're gonna need that chart. This came from. I'm gonna bring my glasses out. Yeah, I can't read. Okay, from Jamia Nelson from Wamego, Kansas. Wamego, Kansas. We'll just put them up there. Yeah, they don't have to get me. Somebody said that at least the ones with the M. There's a lot of M states. Dear friends in Texas. Massachusetts. Okay, so not Maine, but Massachusetts. And I apologize for that. The other night I said somebody was from Ohio and they were from Iowa. I thought, oh, well, at least they had 4 letters each. I don't know what. I saw Ohio or I saw Iowa, whichever way it was, and I'm like, totally read the wrong name. I'm like, oop. Okay, I'm so very sorry for the losses you all have suffered this summer. My heart goes out to you as well as keeping those hurting in Texas in my prayer. God bless you all. I mean, can you imagine being where it's 110 degrees some days and you're trying to clean your property and you're raking, mud out of your home or whatever? I'm not strong enough for that. I'll tell y'all right now that I don't have it in me. I know I don't. If anything ever happens to me like that, I'm just going to have to say, can I come sleep at your house? Because I'm done. I'm done. Yeah. I'm not that strong of a person. I admire people that are. My mother-in-law, she was like so strong. I mean, yeah, I just think that's strong. So this came from Mary Quinn from Floresville, Texas. And I was just talking to somebody from Floresville recently, very recently. And so Terry's over there keeping up with the poppy count about as fast as I'm putting them on this pile. Hope I did that one backwards, y'all. I'm sorry. Look at those cute bunnies. Look at those cute bunnies. And this one came from, oh, I see surprises. I see surprises. This came from Mary Kaiser from St. Petersburg, Montana.
Missouri.
M-O is Missouri. Okay. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, so let's go into this one. And it's an American flag little kit. It's a lapel pin. And it makes this little, how cute is that? Look at that. Oh, so we can, look at that. She put everything in here to make this little lapel pin. Wow. I have to take this home and do it tonight. Yes. That is so pretty. And it says, just add a pin and have fun. Don't judge the stitching. Do better. Trim and embellish. That is that is really pretty. Thank you. And then look at those little, look. And here's some pinwheels. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And it says, I also included my leftover half square triangles. I hope you can do something with them. A big thank you to all. I called last week with a question and she patiently explained a detail I missed. Bless you all for your generous work. Love from Missouri. Mary Kaiser. Thank you so much. You know, the girls that work here that answer my phone, they are so passionate about this also. So look at that, Cardinals. Ooh, I love that. I remember somebody called me and asked me if I thought that sports fabric would work. And I said, hey, you never know when you might make a Cardinals fan, Yes. Out of, they wrap up in a quilt and then they see that cardinal and they go, well, what is that about? And then we find out, you know, that hey, someday they may be manager.
There was no name.
There was
That's
no
the
name.
one that
Okay,
was- I
so
couldn't
this
find.
one, unfortunately, we did not have a name on it, so
I
it's going to be
couldn't find one.
anonymous, and we are happy to have them. And you know, we have people that are coming in and donating like some money and things like that, and they want to be anonymous. You know, they don't want their name, so we're totally okay if you don't want to. Totally fine. Look at that, how pretty those are. Pretty, pretty, pretty. See, I got beautiful, 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 pretty, pretty, pretty. And what was my other one? Lovely, lovely, lovely.
I think so.
Have you,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
I like it.
Connie just got excited. Look, these are some of the first prayer blocks that are coming in. And they have, look, the little prayer. And then we're going to attach these to the quilts. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. And it says, these probably came from Tammy Garcia. And if they didn't, Tammy, then someone else sent them on your behalf. Because Tammy Garcia is doing, this is what her thing is. She's making these and sending them to us. She's going to get 1,000 of these. She's got a lot so far. And this may be somebody that she told to mail them here. But it says, as you carry this prayer, may you be surrounded by God's love. May He walk before you to guide you, behind you to keep you safe, beneath you to give you strength, above you for blessing, within you to give you peace. That is just so beautiful. I'm going to keep one of these for me. I hope y'all don't mind, because I need some prayer blocks. I need one. Yeah, I'm going to keep that with me. And oh my gosh, look how cute they're just, you know, and just attach it to the quilt. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Wow, those are just exciting. Here we have Roseanne York Gilbert from Magnolia, Texas. So that's on the other side of Houston. So that's about probably 2.5, 3 hours from us. Let's see.
It's 3.
3? Oh, she knows. Yeah, Terry loves that area, that part of Texas. I do too. Terry's acting like she wants to relocate over there. And I was going to talk to the sheriff and say, you know, that girl's got a warrant out on her or something. I don't think she needs to be moving. No. I'm going to miss her. Yep. I only just got to recently know Terry, and I already feel like I've known her my whole life. I could sit down with her and tell her every deep, dark secret I have, and I know that it would stay safe with her. So this is one that, let's see. Now, so Lauren Walker pieced this one. Let me take this out so we can put it on the edge. Put this on an edge. And she had brought these blocks in, not cut, and one of the other ladies came and sewed them together. Lauren was real busy with work, and she said, I want to do something, so she cut the blocks out, and she said, if you can get somebody to sew them, and then she put them back in this quilt. Isn't that just cute as can be? Oh my gosh, absolutely love it. Lauren, thank you so much. Lauren's here a couple of times a week when she can sneak away from all the other responsibilities that she has. She's got lots of responsibilities. Okay, where's my name there? Okay, so that needs to go on the poppy count. The flimsy. We're calling those are called flimsies. That's what people call them. I never did like that name, but I'm using it now because, you know, this came from, I didn't know you were going to do that. Oh my gosh. So my friend Leanne Blossom in Victoria has been messaging me. We talk a lot. We chat. You know, every once in a while we chat a whole bunch, and then we don't chat for a month, and then we chat a whole bunch. And she said, what color do you think will look better with this? And I just assumed it was for her. And she donated it. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, it is I'm not going to unfold it. I'm going to unfold it. I'm going to unfold it. I wasn't going to unfold it. Only because I want to see what it looks like when it's all together, because I may not see it again. Who knows? But look at that. Some little girl somewhere is going to absolutely love that. That is just beautiful. Hey, I think that worked out really good, because she was talking about how she did the ombres and stuff, and she was making them go around and around, and she's got backing for it. So Leanne, thank you. I don't remember you saying that this was for donation. I thought it was going to be for one of your granddaughters or something. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so I'll put that there. And we're down to the 2 last. Okay, so if I need to, I wish, you know, if we could do this live ever, y'all could ask questions and stuff, or like y'all could call in on our phone number. I could say, and we could have screeners, like 5 screeners, and they could say, Connie, there's a call from so-and-so, and I go, hello, hello. You know that how Adele goes, hello? That doesn't sound like Adele, does it? Yeah. And then this came from Gail Bridges, Cape May, New Jersey. And I may have shown these when I opened packages, but I didn't want to not show them if I didn't because they were wrapped up with some quilts. So Gail, thank you. Gail, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And these came from Isabel Martinez. So if we ever did a phone marathon, you know, I could put y'all on speaker and y'all could ask me questions like, Dear Abby, Dear Connie, what do you think about, I can make something up really quick. So this came from Isabel Martinez because that is one talent that I do have. I am quick on my feet sometimes when it comes to, you know, like when we were in trouble in school, everybody looked at me and I could come up with an answer why we did something stupid like that, you know? Yeah, yep. Like my mama said, if somebody was jumping off the bridge, would you jump after them? I said, Mama, I was the first one to jump. They was following me. She goes, oh my God, my child, my child, my child. You know, that's me. I'm the first one to jump. Okay, so we're at the end of the show today. I want to tell y'all, everybody, thank y'all so much. It's been a blessing and glad y'all joined us. Thank you, Miss Terry, for helping me. I could not have done it without you. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.